We're getting down to the finish line, although I've really been checked out of this show since like episode 1 of this season. Honestly, I can't wait for it to be over so I can stop talking about it. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and tell a friend. If you're new, check out the rest of the channel and let me know what you think. Let's dive into The Rings of Power, Season 2, Episode 7. It took one full season and 6 episodes of this one to finally get to the fucking point of this show. My god. This is probably the best episode of this series so far, and it's insane that it took so long to get here. Sauron finally fully reveals his deceit to Celebrimbor, Adar attempts a siege of Eregion, Elrond brings an elven army to try and intervene and save Celebrimbor and the city, as well as Galadriel. Oh, and Elrond and Galadriel kiss. So there's that. I'm not too familiar with the Tolkien extended lore, but I'm not sure if these two ever had a romance. If anyone knows, comment down below, let me know. But it definitely felt very, very forced in this show. This whole time, the relationship between them, I've really gotten like the brother-sister love vibe, or just very, very good friends. And honestly, when they kissed, I was just like, ugh, gross. Now, there is a ton of action in this episode, which is great. And look, I'm not like an only enjoy action kind of person. I love Lord of the Rings, and some of my favorite moments in that trilogy are the smaller, quieter moments. Gandalf and Pippin discussing life and death as they await the arrival of the orc army on the Pelennor fields. Frodo and Sam talking about their journey and the possibilities of stories being told about them one day. Those are just 2 instances of some of my favorite just smaller interactions in that series. But the issue with the Rings of Power is that none of the smaller moments are very interesting or compelling at all. So since the rest of it is just not engaging, I crave more action because that's about the only engaging aspect of this entire series. And the good news is, it looks great. It's very well executed. And honestly, I mean, I've said this before, but this whole show just looks great. And that really is the highlight of this series as a whole. Despite what you think about the characters, the narrative, etc., the visuals are very, very good. I mean, the drama and the action in this episode, it's all great. I mean, we get a confrontation between Celebrimbor and Sauron after Sauron finally reveals that he's been manipulating him, and he even forces Celebrimbor to chop his own thumb off to escape. It's supposed to be way more emotional than it is, but they've kind of botched that piece of this. Any emotional attachment that should be there for these characters, you don't really feel, but it is dramatic. Elrond brings some elves to assist Eregion, and he takes on Adar's forces, sort of in this underdog situation as he awaits the dwarf forces that ultimately never come. Celebrimbor sneaks the 9 rings out and gives them to Galadriel. I really hope Galadriel feels good about herself, because this entire situation is her fault. It's her own doing, as she decided to keep the Sauron revelation at the end of season 1 to herself, which is just stupid. That's dumb writing. I don't know why. It's stupid. And that one elf, whose name I can never remember, dies, I think. I'm not sure. He looked like he died. I don't think he took an arrow. He got stabbed twice by Adar, I believe, and then fell to the ground, and then I think Adar kicked him. But I don't know. He might be alive, I guess. Who knows? And we finally get to see Sauron use some power. Thank God. I just feel like this guy is always talking and not doing enough killing. But we get to see him take control of a few of Celebrimbor's elven guard and makes them kill each other, which was a cool moment. So that's fun. Anyway, I didn't mind this episode. Look, it's pretty obvious I'm not a fan of this series, but I will give credit where it is due, and it was due this episode. But unfortunately, I think it's just too little, too late.